I will give you one link in the chat. We're going to sing that bhajan. Okay, in the chat, can you click Suddha Vakata Charan? Suddha Vakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula
Suddha Bhakta
चरण
Srinu Bhajana Anukula
Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Premalati Karamula
Bhakta Seva Parama Siddhi Premalati Karamula
Madhavati Thi Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori
Madhavati Thi Bhakti Janani Jetane Palana Kori
Krishna Basati Basati Boli Parama Adare Bori
Krishna Basati Basati Boli Parama Adara Boli
Gaura Amara Jesavasthane Koralo Brahmana Range
Gaura Amara Jetavasthani Korolo Brahmana Mange
Sesavasthana Herivo Ami Pranabhivakata Sange
Setavasthana Haribo Ami Pranaye Bharange
Mridangabadya Sunite Mana Avasara Sada Jache
Mridangabadya Sunite Mana Abhasara Sadadase
Gaura Vihita Kitana Suni Anande Hridaya Nache
Gora Bibita Kirtana Suni Anandera Taryona
যুগল মূর্তি দেখিয়া মোর পরম আনন্দ হয়
Jugala Murti Dekhiya Mora Paramananda Hoya
প্রসাদ সেবা করিতে হয় সকল প্রপঞ্চ জয়
Prasada Seva Korite Hoya Sakala Prajanjaya
যেদিন গৃহে ভজন দেখি গৃহেতে গোলক ভায়
Jedina Grahe Bhajana Dekhi Grahite Golokabhaya
চরণ সিন্ধু দেখিয়া গঙ্গা সুখ সীমা পায়
चरण सिंधु देखिया गंगा सुख
Salima Paya
তুলসী দেখি জুড়ায় প্রাণ মাধব তো শনি জানি
तुलसी देखी जुड़ाय प्राणा माधव तो शनि जानी
গৌর প্রিয়া শাক সেবনে জীবন সার্থক মানি
गौर प्रिया शखा सवन जीवन सार्थक मानी
ভকতি বিনোদ কৃষ্ণ ভজনে অনুকূল পায় যাহা
भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूल पाय जाहा
प्रति दिवसे परम सुखे स्वकार करो ताहा
प्रतिदिवसे परम सुखे स्वीकार करो यथाः
जय जय श्री श्री शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांस श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथनितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं स हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं भंगुं लंघयति गिरि यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणम्। ओके। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
So, dear devotees, welcome to our Canto 5, Chapter 1. We finished the 4 and then we'll go through. This is semester 7. And just to remind you, some of you have not given the semester 6 exam. It is ready long time ago. So please don't delay. The more you finish it, that will be better for you. No pending work. So please appear the exam, the closed book exam as soon as possible. Okay. So there are some changes for the Canto group task I updated in the roster, as well as the closed book exam. So the closed book exam for 5th Canto will be in person, because one Canto I wanted to make sure that we examine without an invigilator. Myself will be the invigilator, and we'll plan. It will be in the month of April 2026. So please be prepared for that. 2 months ago, before, we will announce the date and the venue, at least 2-3 months. So that's the one. And the group exercise is share the tips for Canto using a chapter or a character. So it is there. I will go through this at the end of the class. Okay. So as you know, to reflect, always remember. So what is part A, Prabhuji? What is the part A? Sachishada Prabhu? Unmute yourself.
Sorry,
Huh?
the genealogical order, right? Of
Okay. So what is part B, Rasraj Prabhuji? What is part C, Sugopi Mataji? And Chandravardhan Prabhuji, what is part D?
Jada Bharat is part B of Bharat Maharaj. Part C is the Jambudipa, and part D is universe.
Structure of the universe. So right now,
Cosmic universe.
so we are right now in the part A means Rishabh and Priyavrata. So part B is the King Bharat as well as Jada Bharat. So you can talk about Bharat Maharaj or Jada Bharat, famously known as Jada Bharat. And part C is the prayers. Yes, the prayers, residents of the Jambudipa, about Jambudipa. And the last one is structure of the universe or the cosmic universal system. Okay, because if you remember, then we'll know what is exactly Canto 5 will be. Just like you know, Canto 3 is what, Canto 4 he talked about Dhruva Maharaj, etc. So Canto 5 we'll be discussing about Priyavrata Maharaj. So who is Priyavrata Maharaj?
Swambhuva Manu's son, second son.
Yes, and who is the first son is?
Uttanpada.
Sukadeva Goswami. Just like, you know, people have a tendency to eat the best dessert at the end, right? So that you fill everything end of the rest of the night because you eat the last. So Sukadeva Goswami's description, the way he describes, the keeps the best at the end. And Priyavrata, which is coming the best for this Manu in this chapter, in this canto. So let's go through this thing again. It has 668 slokas in Canto 5. So agenda will be like this, and I'm going to upload. I want to make sure the devotees you have fully understood. So last time I explained to you, when you right click on this one photo, then it will be paste. Then you can do from the clipboard, right? I explained to you. Hopefully you can able to do without affecting the symmetric design of the slide, or you can do if you have a better idea. So the introduction, we will keep the agenda like this. Introduction, main focus for this chapter, you are going to write it down. What is the main focus? So this main focus of this chapter is why Priyavrata took to family life. That was the question of Parikshit Maharaj, and that is the main subject matter of this chapter. And Srila Prabhupada's view is pure devotee could perform like Urukrama, like Bhavandev. What is the view? Means he can give one sentence, and then Canto 5, Chapter 1 summary, the whole purport and different things. And then the last one is this Canto 5, we are asking about final tips and takeaways. So this is the introductions of this format. It's very simple. Every canto we have a different things so that it keeps insight of this particular chapter when you are presenting, when you're preparing, or when you're learning from others. We focus on this. So please use this canto, this chapter 1 as your reference, and then copy and make sure that you put your name, chapter name and date exactly, and upload in the same day before the class in the folder so that we don't need to worry. And also suggest the Prabhuji in the roster, please upload the link so that you don't need to search for the YouTube link directly on the same day. Upload this one and upload. And if you have completed your reading of the chapter, please make it done in the same roster file. Okay, so the chapter 1 is called the activities of Maharaj Priyavrata. And in this chapter, the outline goes like this. It is total sloka 41. Parikshit doubt about the family life of Priyavrata means why Priyavrata Maharaj entered into family life, because he was a renunciate and he was practicing austerities, the Gandhamardana Parbat, by the advice of his spiritual master. Who is his spiritual master?
Naraji.
Narad Muni. So Lord Brahma came in a swan, his Bahan, and instructed the king. That is the 5 to 20th. And then 21 to 29 is Manu was satisfied and Priyavrata got married. And the last one, 30 to 41 is Priyavrata created 7 islands and other activities. So these are likely on. And then again, he took back to renunciation. So this is about Priyavrata. So King Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami, O great sage, why did King Priyavrata, who was a great self-realized devotee of the Lord, remain in household life, which is the root cause of the bondage of karma, fruitive activities, and which defeats the mission of human life? This is the question asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadev Goswami. And in the purport, Prabhupada, in the different verses, Prabhupada is mentioning about how could one who is fully satisfied in the highest platform be satisfied with family life? Is it not? If somebody is a Paramahansa stage, in Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj used to say, a person who is going out from sannyas to family life, he called them that he is eating his own vomit, just like a vomit substance, then you are eating. So there are such a very heavy statement about that. Now, how come Priyavrata Muni? This will be definitely a natural curiosity for Parishit Maharaj. So the word Parabhava in this verse is also significant. When one is satisfied in family life, he is doomed because he must already have forgotten his relationship with the Lord. That is natural. Prabhupada used to say also sometimes, you're brahmachari, you're going back to Godhead is 75% chances. When you are Grihastha, you're going back to Godhead is 75% negative chances. So that that means only 25% because there is always we are busy with our family, wife, children, home, car, assets, so many things. So you used to forget the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj describes how the activities of family life implicate one more and more. Atma patam griham andhakupam, Prahlad Maharaj says in Bhagavatam. And household life is like a dark well. Like what is dark well is? Griham andhakupam. So how come then a person, Priyavrata Muni, is going back to family life? So devotees are certainly liberated persons. Therefore, O greatest of the Brahmanas, they cannot possibly be absorbed in family affairs. That is the text. So therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was somewhat surprised to hear that Maharaj Priyavrata was simultaneously attached to devotional service and to family life. So now he is very much interested to know about the fact what has happened to Priyavrata Muni. Text 3. Let's repeat. Mahatam khalo viprase
Mahatam khalo viprase
uttama sloka padayo
uttama sloka padayo
chaya nibrita chittanam
chaya nivrita chittanam
na kutumbe spriyamatihi.
na kutumbe sparaha priti.
Can somebody read?
Sure, Prabhu. Elevated Mahatmas who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are fully satiated by the shade of those lotus feet. Their consciousness cannot possibly become attached to the family members.
Yes. Na kutumbe. So Mahatmanastu Mahapartham Dai Prakriti Masrita. So those people also have taken surrender. So again in Krishna and Bhagavad Gita, many places he has also mentioned. Now the important part you can see Na Kutumbes Priyamatihi. Because they cannot be attached to the family members. In this context, let me give an example of Sridhar Swami. You all of might be knowing. Prabhupada often quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Sridhar Swami Stika. Because Sridhar Swami is so powerful Vaishnava and Acharya of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he was born in a place called Remuna, where Madhavendra Puri left his body. So Sridhar Swami, when he was a married man, his wife is there and his wife is pregnant. So when his wife is pregnant, then he saw a lizard like jitpiti in the wall, right, in Indian home. So it was there in the wall, and then it gave birth to another baby lizard, and it fell down the ground, and the baby lizard is there, and the mother died. Then the baby lizard, tung tung tung, little bit here and there. Finally, she was able to do something. So what does it mean? that gave a reflections to Sridhar Swami. God is helping everybody, even a lizard. He's helping. Mother died, still the baby lizard is surviving. So why not God will help my wife's the baby in the womb. He left on the night. But don't do like that. Okay. So this is likely they are not attached to the kutumba. So they are very highly elevated soul. For them, God is also helping all around. So as stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.59, Param Drishta Nivartati, one gives up lower engagements when he experiences a higher taste. So that's what we have to come to higher taste. The higher taste is not coming. Let's go on the Sukha's response on family life. Text 5. Sugopyantri, can you read the text 5? Slow Sanskrit.
Okay, Prabhuji. श्रीसुक उवाच बादम् उक्तं भगवत उत्तमश्लोकस्य चरणारविन्दमकरन्दरस आवेशितचेतसो भागवत परमहंसदयितकथां किञ्चित् अन्तराय विहतां स्वां शिवतमां पदवीं न प्रायेण हिन्वन्ति. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, "What you have said is correct. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is praised in eloquent transcendental verses by such exalted personalities as Brahma, are very pleasing to great devotees and liberated persons. One who is attached to the nectarian honey of the Lord's lotus feet and whose mind is always absorbed in his glories may sometimes be checked by some impediment, but he still never gives up the exalted position he has acquired."
Thank
Shall
you.
I continue?
No, that's good. So in this one, you can see who has attached to these glories of the Lord, to the form of the Lord. So Siva Tamam means the most auspicious. We also heard during the time of Daksha Yajna, the Siva auspiciousness that is explained a lot by Mother Sati. The devotional path is so auspicious that a devotee cannot be lost under any circumstances. Right? So the devotee cannot be lost under any circumstances. Prince Priyavrata was a great devotee because he sought the lotus feet of Narada, his spiritual master. Prasad Prabhuji, can you read the last paragraph?
Therefore, although
I am reading. Yeah, just I think unmute is wrong. Therefore, although the order of his father could not be rejected, the prince did not welcome it. Thus, he very consistently raised the questions of whether he might be diverted from the devotional service by accepting the responsibility of the ruling over the world.
So you can see even himself, Sukadev Goswami's birth, he doesn't want to come from his womb of his mother. Vyasadeva appealed, no, I will be attached to Maya. Even he's not following his command of his father. He's his Trikalagya. He's Bhagavan himself. Then Lord Krishna personally come and requested Sukadev to come out. Okay. Can somebody read first three bullet point?
okay, Prabhu, I'll read. So the first created being and most powerful demigod in this universe is Lord Brahma. He knows the purpose of universal creation and are also addressed as Bhagwan because they carry out the purpose of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma is called Bhagwan because he is the secondary creator of this universe.
Thank you. Can someone read the next three?
Vedic knowledge is divided into two parts, Pravritti Marg and Nivritti Marg. Swabhavanat, indicating that Lord Brahma descended from his own abode. Lord Brahma's great swan then arrived at the border of Gandha Madana hill and approached Prince Priyavrata, who was sitting there.
Thank you. So there are three great personalities here. Priyavrata, Narada, and Swambhav Manu sitting on this hill. And then who is coming here?
Brahmaji.
When Lord Brahma comes, also there are many demigods from Siddhaloka. They come and chant the glories of Lord Brahma. So Brahma is not an ordinary person. When Brahma comes, they are basically Ashtasiddhi they have in Siddhaloka. They also know. When God comes, they also know. So that is the beauty of these self-realized souls. So the interplanetary system undoubtedly exists, and residents of different planets may go from one to another. So when it is there, they can come from different planets and also understand the not necessarily or machineries. They have their own Vahan, which is completely spiritual itself, or just like swan, it is not. It doesn't need a fuel. By the will of Brahma, it comes. So this is a very nice graphs and image. You can see that how Sukadev Goswami is explaining, and also in the text it is said Bhagavan or Lord Brahma. Yes, Prabhuji.
No, I just want to reflect on basically the way you're presenting is like you're taking the words and then you're getting the purport from Srila Prabhupada's purport. Basically, that's what how you want us to do. Like,
Yeah, that had been doing all the time. That is from the Canto 1. That's what
oh,
we want you to learn. It is not a new thing. That's the which if you go and
so we'll
reflect
continue
Canto.
this format in this at least this chapter, this canto, correct?
Of course, it has been there for remain explaining this one will be like this always from all the previous chapters. There is no difference. But if you think new, then it is good. Okay. So this is Sukdev Goswami's response to Lord Brahma, how he arrived in the scene. So now if you'll read, my dear King Parikshit, because Lord Brahma had finally descended from Satyaloka to Bhuloka. So that means this is Bhuloka. And Brahma lives where? Satyaloka. Narad Muni, Prince Priyavrata, and Sambhavanu came forward to offer him objects of worship and to praise him in highly qualified language. So Satyaloka also, nobody can go to Satyaloka just like that. Nobody can just go like Satyaloka is also it's close to the pole star or Dhruvaloka as well as God's own the island. So similarly, Lord Brahma, which is come to Satyaloka to Bhuloka. So Lord Brahma knew that Prince Priyavrata would not accept his father's order because he is also considered as a omniscient, means he also knows as Antarjami in this world. Lord Brahma doesn't know omniscient of the other Brahma's world, but Karvadakasha Vishnu or Karanadakasha Vishnu, they know everything. So that is the difference. But he is still considered as a Bhagavan for this material world. Priyavrata was the grandson of Lord Brahma because his father is who? Who is Priyavrata's father?
Swambhu Manu,
Swambha Manu, and Swambha Manu's father is
Brahmaji.
Brahmaji.
Brahma. Is the first son, first Manu was created, right? And a joking competition sometimes takes place between grandson and grandfather. Prabhupada is our grandfather, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So in this case also, Priyavrata was determined to remain in meditation, whereas Brahma was determined that he ruled the universe. So meditation, he wants to do meditation. It is so amazing going on meditation, Gandhamardan, Parvat and all. Why he have to do and go and family life? But Brahma wants that he rule the universe. In this verse, one important word is called Sukta Vakena by Vedic hymns. In the Vedas, there is also following prayer to Lord Brahma. Hiranyagarbha samavartat agribhutasya jata patir eka asit. In the purport, Prabhupada mentioned that he is also Hiranyagarbha. Lord Brahma, how he has been worshipped in the Veda also. So just like I will emphasize here, text 11. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha
Sri Bhagavan
Nibodhata Tedamritam Bhavimi
Nibodatate
Brahmini.
Bravimi
Bravimi
Masritam Devam Arhasya Prameyam
मास्यूतं देवम् अर्हसि अपर्ययम्
वयं भवस्ततत एष महर्षिर्
वयं भवस्ततत एष महर्षि
वहाम सर्वे विवसा यस्य दिष्टम् Venugita Mataji, before you go, can you read this translation?
Okay,
I think she
Prabhu.
left or she's there.
Please.
No, I'm still here, Prabhu.
Last one, okay, read it and then you can leave. Okay.
Lord Brahma, the Supreme Person within this universe, said, My dear Priyavrata, kindly hear attentively what I shall say to you. Do not be jealous of the Supreme Lord, who is beyond our experimental measurements. All of us, including Lord Shiva, your father, and the great sage Maharshi Narada, must carry out the order of the Supreme. We cannot deviate from his order, nor can one use his power of religion, his material opulence, or any other means, either by himself or with the help of others, to defy the order of the Supreme Lord, regardless of one's circumstances, favorable or unfavorable. One should use everything to serve the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam.
Okay, Dandavat Pranam. So he's trying to first giving, it is not I am telling you. He's saying that I am also an order follower of Supreme Lord. So as you also. Probably this is what is the command coming from the Supreme Lord for you to act upon it. It's very interesting. Only the super soul. Sometimes we can say, oh, super soul said me, I slapped you, because that's what the desire of the super soul. Well, he can prove, but he need to justify by a person who is qualified in this matter, which is spiritual master. Like Brahma is acting as a spiritual master, and he's not acting as a spiritual master. He's also acting as a grandfather. Okay. Who has not read? Can some of you read two bullet points?
Yeah, I can read too.
Yes.
We must therefore carry out our duties of Varnashrama Dharma, like bulls, obliged to move according to the direction of a driver pulling on the ropes knotted to their noses. If a person born in the family of a Brahmana has the symptoms of a Shudra, he should be designated as Shudra. Similarly, if a Shudra has Brahmanical qualities, he should be designated as a Brahmana. My dear Priyavrata, according to our association with different modes of material nature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives us our specific bodies and the happiness and distress we achieve.
Thank you. Can someone read the last three?
As stated in this verse, chakshush matanda eva niyamanaha. One should follow the Lord the way a blind man follows a person who has eyes. Mukto apitavad bibrhyat swadeham. Lord Brahma informed him that even those who are liberated do not resent accepting in the present body the results of their past activities. While sleeping, one dreams many unreal things, but when he awakens, he disregards them and makes progress in factual life. Similarly, a liberated person, one who has completely understood that he is not the body, but a spirit soul, disregards past activities performed in ignorance and performs his present activities in such a way that
They produce no reaction.
Yeah.
They produce no reaction. So that's why it's very essential to know the difference of the past activities, how, in the dream situation and liberated person, how they uh, act in a way that they are not implicated with the karma. At the same time, they perform the karma also. It's a very high standard understanding. Jivana mukta sa uchyate. So this is Lord Brahma's instruction to King Priyavrata. So Lord Brahma's instructions to King Priyavrata again. One who is situated in household life and who systematically conquers his mind and five sense organs is like a king in his fortress who conquers his powerful enemies. So who can tell why Lord Brahma is saying this verse 18?
Who conquers this powerful being?
Fastest.
I think that's how he can convince Priyavrata that he can live in the household life.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah,
the thing. That's
yeah,
the catch
yeah.
point. Is he wants him to go through household life. So he's saying they can also conquer his mind and five sense organs.
Mm.
Text 19. So Tvam tab janavagri saroja kosa
Abjanabhagri Saroj
Durga srito nirjita sat sapatnaha
Durga Shrito Nirjit Sat Saptanaha
Bhunksesva bhogan purushati dishtan
Bhungshe Sveha Bhoga Purusha Atidishtan
Vimukta sangha prakritim bhajasva.
Vimukta Sangha Prakatim Bhajasva.
Okay, Pushpadhani Mantri, go ahead, read the.
Okay, Prabhu. Lord Brahma continued, my dear Priyavrata, seek shelter inside the opening in the lotus of the feet of the Lord, whose navel is like a lotus. This conquer the six organs, the mind, the knowledge, acquiring senses. Accept material enjoyment because the Lord extraordinarily has ordered you to do this. You will thus always be liberated from material association and be able to carry out the Lord's orders in your constitutional position.
Yeah, Vimukta sangha prakriti bhajasva. So that is the thing, very catchy point here, because by remembering the Lord, what you have to remember? Opening in the lotus of the feet of the Lord. So Lord's lotus feet is also is a lotus, and his hand is also lotus size. So that's why Lord Brahma is speaking about Lord Vishnu. Okay, Lord Brahma's instructions to King Priyavrata continue. 20. Sri Sukadev Goswami continued, after thus being fully instructed by Lord Brahma, who is the spiritual master of the three worlds, Priyavrata, his own position being inferior, offered obeisances and accepted the order and carried out with great respect. So can someone read the purport?
Yes, Prabhu. Sri Priyavata was the grandson of Lord Brahma, therefore, according to social etiquette, his position was inferior. It is the duty of the inferior to carry out the order of the superior with great respect. Priyavata therefore immediately said, yes, sir, I shall carry out your order. Hare Krishna.
So this is natural. No matter you are advanced in spiritual science or not, but as long as you are also grandson and someone likely elderly person says, you may say, I am a self-realized person, a double initiated Brahmin, but if somebody comes in your temple as an old man and he's neither initiated nor whatever it is, do you still sit in the chair, Prabhu? No, we get up and we offer him a chair, right? Because he is by age, he's elderly person. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge, whenever they comes also, we offer them a seat. So because it is a natural duty of an inferior to support or serve the superior. So here it is not about developing a complexity or equality or all. It is the spiritual standard to understand how one has to oblige to an authority. So this is a higher standard of understanding. Next, can somebody read the 21 text?
The Lord Brahma was then worshipped by Manu, who respectfully satisfied him as well as he could. Priyavrata and Narad also looked upon Brahma with no tinges of resentment. Having engaged Priyavrata in accepting his father's request, Lord Brahma returned to his abode, Satyaloka, which is indescribable by the endeavor of mundane mind or words.
So
So next,
Satyaloka is also indescribable, inexplicable. That's
hmm.
not also, it is also exactly as a replica, immediate replica of a spiritual world. Only thing that it is destroyed at the time of this thing, and all the residents go back to Godhead. So the question is, resentment, why did not? Because when I say somebody that, okay, I told you to do cook in Sunday dal bati, who was to Sati Mataji, then another person, let's say my wife goes and says, no, Mataji, you can cook roti and bhindi sabji. Then without doing this one, let's say she cooks something. So it is a very confusing statement from both. So similarly, you may get resentment, why did not cook? But depends on the relationship and the circumstances. One does not develop resentment because Narad Muni has given advice to Priyavrata what? Be a
Yeah.
brahmachari. Don't go
Brahmachari,
to
yeah.
family life. He said, Griya Prathanam, Andhakupam. He's saying it's Andhakupam. He's canvassing him. Thank you, be there. Swayambhav Manu is there. Please go. Because Swayambhav Manu cannot challenge Narad Muni because Narad Muni is in a spiritual standard high. And Swayambhav Manu both are self-realized, both are pure devotee of the Lord. Priyavrata is a pure devotee of the Lord. Narad Muni is a pure devotee of the Lord. They are all Mahabhagavat. Swayambhav Manu is also pure devotee of the Lord. So when three of them, they could not make any judgment. And Swayambhav Manu is also in that situation. And Brahma came. And when Brahma gave some solution, they have to accept. Brahma is like GBC. So when he came a solution, then you have to accept it. You have seen that many times we got stuck in the things. People get stuck to their ideals. I said it, why did not follow it? My command was not followed. But whenever there is a superior power comes and your command is also limited, you should be happy. No resentment should be taken into consideration. So Narada was not at all sorry that he had been frustrated in making Priyavrata a disciple. Both Priyavrata and Narada were exalted personalities who knew how to respect Lord Brahma. Therefore, instead of looking upon Brahma with resentment, they very feelingly offered him their obeisances and prayers. Okay, that is the way to read this King Priyavrata's position. Okay, Sugopi Mataji, can you read the first two?
Okay, Prabhu. It is therefore difficult to understand where Maharaja Priyavrata was situated. But from this literature, his position certainly appears greater than that of Vaibhashvata Manu, for he was entrusted with all the planetary systems of the entire universe. He ruled the material world just to honor the orders of his superiors.
Yes. So Maharaj Priyavrata was situated, but this position certainly appears greater than that of Vaibhashvata Manu, for he was entrusted with all the planetary systems of the entire universe. Thereafter, Maharaj Priyavrata married Barismati, the daughter of the Prajapati and Vishwakarma. In her, he begot 10 sons equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity, and other qualities. He also begot a daughter, the youngest of all, named Urjaswati. Urjaswati married to whom? Have you read this chapter?
Which one?
Urjaswati married to whom?
Where it is coming?
Okay. How many? All of you read this chapter or no?
I think Priyavrata, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not talking about Priyavrata. Okay, you will listen, get
The
to know
daughter of
that.
Parvati.
So, can somebody read the last purport? Who is there? Rasraj Prabhuji, can you read it?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Namatasyam Yuva Vaha Atmajan. Three words in this verse are very significant. Huha, Vaha, Vava, Va. These words are used to express the wonder. Priyavrata Maharaj has taken a vow of the renunciation, but accepting a wife and begetting children have nothing to do with the path of renunciation. These are the activities on the path of the enjoyment. It was the source of the great wonder, therefore, that Priyavrata Maharaj, who had followed the path of renunciation, had now accepted the path of enjoyment.
Yeah, so Uha, Wawa. Wawa means just like we said Wawa. So it's also similar thing. Very nicely explained. So in his other wife, Maharaj Priyavrata begot 3 sons named Uttama, Tamasa, and Raibata. All of them later took charge of Manvantara millenniums. They became Manu, 3 of them. So after Kavi, Mahavir and Savana were completely trained in the Paramahansa stage of life. Maharaj Priyavrata ruled the universe for 11 arbudas of years. And one arbuda consists of 100,000 years. How many? It's 1 billion. And Maharaj Priyavrata ruled the universe for 11 such arbudas. Is it 1 billion or something? Yeah, 11 billion years he ruled the planet. He can live as much as he likes to. While so excellently ruling the universe, King Priyavrata once became dissatisfied with the circumambulation of the most powerful sun god. Encircling Sumeru hill on his chariot, the sun god illuminates all the surrounding planetary systems. However, when the sun is on the northern side of the hill, the south receives less light. And when the sun is in the south, the north receives less. King Priyavrata disliked the situation and therefore decided to make daylight in the part of the universe where there was night. He followed the orbit of the sun god on a brilliant chariot and thus fulfilled his desire. He could perform such wonderful activities because of the power he has achieved by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you believe how much he can do?
He created another son, huh?
Yes, another son he created.
It's inconceivable. Yeah.
Inconceivable, because God is inconceivable and his blessings are also inconceivable. Thing is that we are not becoming pure devotees. We are trying to becoming raw and samanya devotees. So aspire to become pure devotees. You can do also inconceivable things. So, but it is not so easy to become also pure devotee. But we try to remain under a pure devotee like Prabhupada, so that also our life will be successful. Okay. King Priyavrata's chariot. Can someone read who has not read yet?
From the description in this verse, it appears that the sun moves. According to the modern astronomer, the sun is fixed in one place, surrounded by the solar system. But here we find that sun is not stationary. It is rotating in a prescribed orbit. Although Maharaja Priyavrata devised a very powerful chariot as brilliant as the sun, he had no desire to compete with the sun god, for a Vaishnava never wants to supersede another Vaishnava. His purpose was to give abundant benefits in material existence. ये ये वाहुहा तद अर्थचरणनेमीकृता परिकथास् ते सप्त सिन्धवा आसान यत एव कृता सप्त भुवो द्विपः. When Priyavrata drove his chariot behind the sun, the rims of his chariot wheels created impressions that later became 7 oceans, dividing the planetary system known as Bhumandala into 7 islands.
So he was there in the Bhumandala, Bhuloka, Priyavrata, just like you said it. And Brahma is in the Satyaloka. So Bhumandala, this is the Sumeru. In the Bhumandala is a planisphere. When he's circumambulating, then he's creating a second sun. And also the equally, in the month of November also you get equal amount of heat, even though the sun is not there because he was producing that heat. So during the time of Priyavrata Manu and Priyavrata Maharaj. And that's why he created the also, just imagine how powerful he also has exactly the sun. So how powerful that chariot would be. It's so vast and gigantic in its own. And it is traveling in the space. Can you travel in the space? Yes. These are such a powerful activities of our Vedic Puranas, Mahabhagavat, Priyavrata. Okay. So here you can just little bit see like sun and the King Priyavrata second cycle. So he did 7 round. How many round he did? 7 round in the Sumeru. And that's why the 7 islands was created. There's a planisphere. So in the 7 islands, this is the ream where it become in the ream that become as likely the ocean, St. Salt Lake, ocean, this and that. And then it goes to the next one like that. Can somebody read it? Who has not read? Sugopi Mataji and Sachishada Prabhuji, you can read 1, 2, 2.
The 7 oceans respectively contain salt water.
Wait. Why don't you miss first one?
First one. The names of the
Yeah.
The names of the islands are Jambu, Plaksha, Shalmati, Kusha, Krauncha, Shaka, and Pushkara. Each island is twice as large as the one preceding it, and each is surrounded by a liquid substance beyond which is the next island. Shall I read next one?
Yes.
And the seven oceans respectively contain salt water, sugarcane juice, liquor, clarified buttermilk, emulsified yogurt, and sweet drinking water. All the islands are completely surrounded by these oceans, and each ocean is equal in breadth to the island it surrounds. Maharaja Priyavrata, the husband of Queen Barhismati, gave sovereignty over these islands to his respective sons, namely Agnidhara, Idmajiva, Yajnabahu, Hiranyareta, Gritaprishta, Medaditi, and Vitihotra. Thus they all became kings by the order of their fathers. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Can you read Satyajita Prabhuji? Last one.
Sure, Prabhuji. It is to be understood that all the dvipas or islands are surrounded by different types of oceans, and it is said herein that the breadth of each ocean is the same as that of the island it surrounds. The length of the oceans, however, cannot equal to the length of the islands. According to Viraragava Acharya, the breadth of the first island is 100,000 yojanas. 1 yojana equals 8 miles, and therefore the breadth of the first island is calculated to be 800,000 miles. The water surrounding it must have the same breadth, but its length must be different.
So that's why these 7 islands were created by Priyavrata Manu, which we are going to discuss more in the further chapter in Jambudvipa. Okay. King Priyavrata then gave his daughter Ujjasati in marriage to Sukracharya, who begot in her a daughter named Devayani. We'll know about this one also. Let's read text 35. Naivam vidha purusakara urukramasya
नैवं विदपुरुषकार उदुकर्मस्य
pumsa tadangri rajasajita satgunanam
Om Tam
तदङ्घ्रिरजसाजितसद्गुणानां
chitram vidura vigata sakri dadadita
चित्तं विदुपुरविगतः सकृतदादिदः
yannamadheya mudhuna sajahati bandham.
यन्नामधेय अधुना स जहति बन्धम्.
Can somebody read the translation?
My dear king, a devotee who has taken shelter of the dust from the lotus feet of the Lord can transcend the influence of the 6 material waves, namely hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. And he can conquer the mind and 5 senses. However, this is not very wonderful for a pure devotee of the Lord, because even a person beyond the jurisdiction of the 4 castes, in other words, the untouchable, is immediately relieved of bondage or to material existence if he utters the holy name of the Lord even once. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So Srila Prabhupada's purport, he says, Yatha kanchanatam yati kansam rasa vidhanata tatha diksha vidhanena dvijattam jayate nidam. When a person, even though a Chandala, is initiated by a pure devotee into chanting the holy name of the Lord, his body changes as he follows the instructions of the spiritual master. Although one cannot see how his body has changed, we must accept on the grounds of the authoritative statements of the Shastra that he changes his body. Purport 35. Yatha kanchanatam yati kamsayam rasa vidhanat tatha diksha vidhanena dvijattam jayate nidam. Okay, can somebody read?
King Priyavrata's back to renunciation. While enjoying his material opulences with full strength and influence, Maharaj Priyavrata once began to consider that although he had fully surrendered to the great saint Narad and was actually on the path of Krishna consciousness, he had somehow become again entangled in material activities. Thus his mind now became restless and he began to speak in a spirit of renunciation. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17 it is said, त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मां चरन् भुजं हरेर्भुजनन् अपक्वो अथा पते ततो यति यत्र वभद्रम् अबूद अमुष्या किं को वर्ता अपतो भजतं स्वधर्मतः. So this was the last memorization verse here.
Yeah.
One who has forsaken his material occupation to engage in devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in a immature stage, yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is the one which King Priyavrata again back to renunciation mode. By the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrata reawakened to his senses. He divided all his earthly possessions among his obedient sons. He gave up everything, including his wife, with whom he had enjoyed so much sense gratification, and his great and opulent kingdom, and he completely renounced all attachment. His heart, having been cleansed, became a place of pastimes for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, he was able to return to the path of Krishna consciousness, spiritual life, and resume the position he had attained by the grace of the great saint Narada. Maharaj Ambarish did also same thing. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Bindayo. No one but the Supreme Personality Godhead could do what Maharaj Priyavrata has done. You believe it? Yes or no?
Maharaj Amrisha did.
Not Ambarish. Talking about Supreme Personal God, Maharaj Priyavrata. So Maharaj Priyavrata dissipated the darkness of night, and with the rims of his great chariot, he excavated 7 oceans. Is it possible by some ordinary person in the ocean? He created an ocean. No. To stop the quarreling among different people, Maharaj Priyavrata marked boundaries at rivers and the edges of mountains and forests so that no one would trespass upon another's property. So this is the final tips and takeaways. The concept is called 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is there are 3 aspects of this one. Explore new techniques, share your tips, and set a personal goal. So here, my new techniques here, just like mark the rivers, mountains for boundaries, right? So that nobody can trespass. It's very nice. This is the symptom given. That's what many countries have made this, or city or state. When in India, they're marked by mountains. Second son was possible of Priyavrata. This is a new techniques. So we are creating second sun here by our solar system. Solar power, little bit of light, 40-watt bulb. Share your tips. Follow grandfather's advice. Following orders should bring more pleasure. When you follow an order, whenever you don't like, still it is good. Priyavrata followed Lord Brahma, even though not willing in the beginning. At the end of life, renunciation is required. And set a personal goal is learn to execute more preaching goals, which is developing reading habit that will happen. Deepen insights, reflections from Acharya, which is very much necessary. So these are my tips and takeaways from this chapter. So we'll go through again a summary and then questions. So can somebody read each paragraph?
I can read verses 1 to 6. When King Parikshit heard about how Priyavrata enjoyed royal opulence and then returned to full knowledge, 4.31, 26 to 27, he was struck with wonder. He was somewhat bewildered as to how a devotee with no attachment for material enjoyment could later become attached to it. Thus, in astonishment, he questioned Sukadeva Goswami about this. Sukadeva Goswami replied that devotional service, being transcendental, cannot be deviated by any material influences.
Thank you. Can somebody read the next one?
Yeah. Sukadeva Goswami narrates how Lord Brahma descended from Satyaloka to Gandhamadana hill and approached Prince Priyavrata, who was practicing meditation there. Narada Muni, along with Swayambhu Manu and his son Priyavrata, stood to welcome Brahma. Lord Brahma, then emphasizing the importance of the institution of Varna and Ashrama, requested Prince Priyavrata to accept the position as the world ruler. Priyavrata accepted the order of Brahma, who then returned to Satyaloka. Swayambhu Manu was pleased with the decision of Priyavrata because it relieved him of the responsibility to govern. Narada was also very pleased.
Thank you.
Hare
Last one.
Krishna. 23 to 29. Manu left home for the forest. Maharaja Priyavrata then married Barhismati, the daughter of Vishwakarma, in whom he begot 10 sons. Priyavrata lived with his wife and family for many thousands of years. He performed such wonderful acts as creating another sun, which shined during the night. The impressions from the rims of Maharaja Priyavrata's chariot wheels created 7 oceans and 7 islands. The modern idea of nationhood has gradually developed from the divisions made by Maharaja Priyavrata. Of the 10 sons of Priyavrata, 3 sons accepted sannyasa, and the remaining 7 sons became the rulers of the 7 islands. Maharaja Priyavrata also had a second wife, in whom he begot 3 sons named Uttama, Raivata, and Tamasa. All of them were elevated to the post of Manu. Sukadeva Goswami then described how Maharaja Priyavrata achieved liberation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So the last part somehow I missed it. But anyway, the analogy here in 14, the example cited in this verse is that bulls tied by ropes in their nostrils move according to the direction of the driver. Similarly, if you move according to the instructions of the Vedas, the perfect paths for our lives will be set. 18. As a king in a strong fortress can conquer powerful enemies, so a householder in Grihastha ashram, household life, can conquer the lusty desires of youth and be very secure when he takes Vanaprastha and sannyas. 19. When a bumblebee enters the opening of a lotus flower and drinks its honey, it is fully protected by the petals of the lotus. The bee is undisturbed by sunshine and other external influences. Similarly, one who takes always seeks shelter at the lotus feet of the personality Godhead is protected from all dangers. Questions. Padam Padam Yad Vipadam Natesham. Right? Bhagavatam 10th canto. Samasrita Padapallava Plava. That very beautiful slokas. Okay. Questions. 1. Explain why Maharaj Parikshit was astonished that King Priyavrata remained in household life. We understand now what is the essence of household life. In the one, paraphrase Atma Pataya Griham Andhakupam. We discussed, right? Now, Prahlad Maharaj is explaining about this in the purport, Prabhupada mentioning. How did Priyavrata respond to the request of Swayambhu Manu? He did not want to go back to married life. Describe a liberated devotee's attitude toward engagement in worldly affairs. Very nicely explained Prabhupada's purport. Why are great demigods like Lord Brahma, Narada, Lord Shiva addressed as Bhagavan? So Brahma also here addressed as a Bhagavan. What is the meaning of Kripa Siddhi, not Kapa? It's Kripa Siddhi. Kripa Siddhi and Sadhana Siddha. There are 2 Siddhas, right? One is blessed by the Lord. One is honorary PhD, and other is acquired PhD. Explain Brahma's purpose in personally going to Gandhamardhan Hill. Convince Priyavrata to go to married life. List reasons Brahma presents to induce Priyavrata to govern the universe. He has given, we read few of them, right? One sloka I mentioned in 18. Explain Priyavrata's dilemma. What to do, what to be not done. And what was Maharaj Priyavrata interested with to rule the whole entire universe? What general principle does Prabhupada draw from Priyavrata's unwillingness to accept the throne? Nowadays, at the age of 80 also, they wanted to remain in the throne because they don't want to, they are going door to door to give vote. What is the meaning of the phrase Urdhva Raiteshu? That's like Chatur Kumara. That means Urdhva means upward. The semen is flowing upward. List and briefly describe the 4 stages of sannyas. List Priyavrata's achievements as universal governor. What he did. He divided 7 islands, gave them 7 ocean countries by river, mountains. How should the boundaries of various tracts be defined? Very nicely explained. These are all discussion topic. So
What time?
that's the thing which is completed the. Oh, wait a minute. Something I clicked. Okay. Okay. So now, any questions? Hello, any questions before you go? Let me complete this one and then we'll come. So the group exercise is given here. Team will pick up a chapter or character and define 3 tips and takeaways and share with an example or a case study. So example is Jada Bharat and remaining silent as one tip. He's keeping himself in Muna, right? He's not saying anything. So then team will practice the quality for 2 weeks and share the success of the output to the team. At least 3 tips are required and it can be all integrated to each other, more like a practical example, and everyone will be benefited from this system. You follow it? So we'll take from a chapter, a character from this 5th canto and define the best 3 tips where you can practice yourself, not arbitrarily, and at least you try something and share your success story, how it worked for you. Is it clear?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So we don't need theoretical. Here it is theory into practice.
Prabhuji, since you are there in the sheet,
Yeah.
can you go to Canto 4 schedule? I think you delegated to someone. I didn't see the recording. Only Canto 4:14 is missing. See, Balimadan Prabhuji, but that is in red, you see.
Okay, so why not you do Prabhuji? Because
I think Chandravadan
in
Prabhuji, you are.
yeah, I think somebody did.
Somebody took multiple, actually.
Yeah,
No, I
multiple.
did 4. So I think I uploaded all of them.
Yeah. No, Prabhuji. You uploaded. Chapter 14, anybody helped Balimadan Prabhuji? I remember
No,
you
no,
are.
I don't think so. See, chapter 4 and 5 I did. That's the one when Prabhu went to India.
Okay.
Yeah, and then regular other 2 are
I
mine.
will listen to the recording. I didn't pull the recording yet. Okay.
Yeah, just then recording, then we'll be able to find out who is doing.
Yeah.
If it is me, then I don't know. It may be someone else. But somehow the 14 I did not find in my folder.
Only that is missing, Prabhuji. Rest all
Yeah.
is there. Okay.
Rest all you have taken. So 14, find out the recording, and then we'll be able to find out.
Oh.
In YouTube, we should be able to find. I don't know.
No, I will find it, Prabhuji. Why too?
Okay, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's good. And then this is good. I think Venugita also said, okay, so please, if any changes happen, you are most welcome to do with the person who you want.
Next week is mine, I think.
Yeah, next week is yours. Sakhi is going to do chapter 3 and 4. So wherever there is chapter 3 and 4, please have it. And can you put in the link directly in this one?
Prabhuji, I'm putting it in a separate one. Okay.
Oh, in separate one.
Can you
Okay.
go to the shared folder, or you want me to ping you the link?
Yeah, I know there is another folder which is that's
See,
fine. As long as you're doing it in a different one, it's fine. But I would
you
suggest
can
that
refer here, Prabhuji. This is very easy to. I will ping you in the chat. This
okay.
link, if you open, so everybody can see this link. No, in the general.
Yeah, in general, I'm there.
Sorry, not in general. Go to Bhakti Vaibhav, and there will be
Recording files.
recording files. So if you
Okay.
open that.
Yeah.
So in this.
It's a kind of 4.
Yeah. Sorry, I put your name for my reference. I'll delete.
Okay. No, that's okay. So 14 is not put it.
Yeah, 14 is
presentation. Okay, presentation link. But the YouTube
Canto,
link you are going.
recording.
First start with the YouTube link for the 14. Okay.
Correct. And then Canto 3, can you go? I think I completed everything.
Okay, Canto 3 is completed. That is very good.
Okay, so I had the names. They all posted right now. So
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 5 also.
I
we have
haven't
to
started.
note. And notes. Okay.
No, that is
Okay.
for my reference only. Easily I can pull that.
Okay. That's fine. That's good. Okay, so this is good. So now please have this one. So Canto 5 exam is there. So Canto 6 also, I'm going to put the link and the group exercise also. Canto 2, I put it. Canto 6 before I forget. 2 team each will speak in favor of and against of a topic of why sloka memorization is necessary for Bhakti Vaibhav. So one team will be in favor, one team will be against, and then we'll have a debate for this Canto 6. So this is good. Canto 6 schedule I have to, but Canto 5 exam. So we are good in terms of, so semester 7, the closed book exam would be in person. So I will plan because we want to make sure one in person happens. So Benugita may not be, but all of you will plan a day and Saturday or Sunday, and it will be all of you sitting in one room with different things and appearing the exam. Okay. So please don't delay. 7th will be in one go and one. There won't be any timing. Only one day and one time for the closed book exam because we are doing only one closed book exam. Probably in April 2026. Okay, I think that's all.
Prabhu, we have to study a lot.
Huh?
We have to study a lot for the closed book exam.
But we have been doing for last 5th canto, all closed book exam, right? Means 4th
Yeah.
canto.
Yeah.
You did not study it. You have to study that.
Yeah.
Yes. So one examinations will be there. So that means because whenever we are sending it out, it is closed book only, right? It is closed book. So people, open books are there already. You are getting it, and closed book means closed book. So you are writing from your mind, and all the answers are already given. Also, isn't it, Sachsudha? We are preparing. It is not a big thing. It's maybe
Canto
total.
4, you already prepared, Prabhuji, the session 2 also.
Yeah, I said on the beginning of my things, you can
Okay.
appear the exam. But I am saying what Sudharan is saying. It is not that the closed book exam as you are doing it so without anything, so that you want to make sure that you are studying and preparing what is given in the questions which you are explaining in each chapter. It's not a big deal. Total 200 questions maybe there. You just need to go through and appear the exam. So it will not be that difficult because it will be easy. And hopefully for this one, but prepare for it. So that 5th canto, that will examine me for all the remaining 7th semester. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if not, yes.
No question.
Okay, so thank you. Then we'll meet again next week with Sachishda Prabhuji's presentation, chapter 2. Hare Krishna, Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.